I've told Jake, you guys know that I talk glowingly about him, but that's a heck of a team. They've built a team that's a championship caliber team. Love the way they're put together, their depth, their unselfishness, just the way they play. And other than the start, they came out like a veteran team should that wants to contend for a championship. They punched us right in the face, and we were a little anxious, a little nervous, made some scouting report mistakes, let Bohannon get loose on occasion. That was probably the difference in the game in my book. But after that, I really commend our guys for how hard they fought. They showed me a little something tonight that maybe we can contend with these guys in the upper tier of the league. And we're still a young team. We're still going to get a lot better. But again, a tremendous basketball team in Northern Iowa is as good as I've seen in the Valley since I've been in it. So a heck of a game on both sides. Greg,
you mentioned it. The conundrum you have when you play Northern Iowa is that if you help too much on Tuttle, it can leave guys like Bohannon open. It seemed like you dealt with it well in the second half. But just talk about how difficult a matchup they are defensively.
Well, that's part of the problem when I say with the scouting report. We weren't supposed to leave Bohannon, and we left Bohannon, and we lost him in transition. And in transition, sometimes you don't have your same guy. So if you get switched to Bohannon, you're not helping from him. And you can't give a guy like that easy shots. He's gonna make them. We gave him poor shots to start. And again, Tuttle, you're right. I thought we did a really good job on him holding to what we did. Our guys guarded him one-on-one as well as anybody can, and it was just some second shots in there, them getting loose on some of those threes, and again, I'm not sure how many times we got to the rim, but we missed some layups tonight. Just things you can't do against an outstanding team. You gotta earn a victory, and we didn't quite get it done.
Even though they were able to get some buckets early, obviously did a good job in the second half. Do you feel like you got your defensive identity back a little bit in the second half?
I thought we fought them, and as a staff, we go right in there. We say, we should have done this, we should have done that. Well, they have really good players, and they got a bunch of them, and they're going to make some plays. The difference is, in my opinion, is us are a little slippage on the scouting report with Bohannon getting loose and us missing some layups, and you'd have to ask Jake how well he thought they played. I know they played really hard, but our guys played really hard and just not quite good enough to win. And our start hurt us, but we got right back in the game, and we hung around, and at the end there gave ourselves a chance, had the ball there, and Alex gets a charge there late, so it was a tough play. But both teams played hard. We just didn't do enough.
Coach, can Northern Iowa, can they compete with Wichita? What do you see in them?
There's no question. There's no question. And I have tons of respect for Wichita, and I know how good they are. But Northern Iowa is an outstanding team. I mean, look at their schedule. Look what they've done. They're a veteran group. They play the right way. They play together. And I was watching them. I'm telling you, I was watching film of them, and the way they're flying around on the defensive end. They're a headache for anybody. And I don't care if it's Wichita or someone in the NCAA tournament. They're an NCAA tournament team. They're a championship caliber team. And the Sycamores battle them pretty hard tonight.
Greg, when you look at some of the late game possessions, this is kind of a learning game for some of the guys. I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just that a couple things, maybe the bigness of the game got to them a little bit. Is that something that this team, another lesson that needs to be learned by a few of these guys?
But again, that you're playing one of the better defensive teams in the country, and you can call something, and they did a lot of switching. They jumped out there on those ball screens, and I thought we had a lot of good ball movement. I thought we did a lot of good things offensively. We got to the rim and missed some layups. We made some mistakes. We forced a couple things here and there, but then again, you got two redshirt freshmen out there, and those guys are aggressive, looking to score. But that's not what got us beat. I thought we did a pretty good job of on the offensive end, and we had 9 turnovers, but we didn't get enough. We had 7 assists. We're on the perimeter a lot. Shooting 6 for 21 from 3, but I don't think our offensive end got us beat.
Coach, a lot's been said about the UNI bench, but you get 18 off your bench. A lot of contributions. TJ Bell came in and gave you some good minutes.
Yeah, TJ, and he's a talented player. He's going to help us. So we got him for 2 more years. He's come a long ways. You can't teach some of the things he can do. So we're high on TJ. There's no question. He's just playing behind a senior that has been here a while. But our bench, when they're good basketball players, And I'm the guilty one on, they'll get in there and make a mistake on the defensive end, and I'm screaming to get them out. So that's a little bit on me, but that's also what we're trying to do is they need to come in with a defensive mentality. They're going to get shots, they're going to be able to make plays, but they need to come in and be locked in on that scatter report and what we're trying to do down there.
Greg,
Tuttle's
go ahead.
three-point play with just over a minute left was maybe the play of the game. You held him in check, kind of forcing the ball out of his hands to that point. We were just kind of waiting for him to do something.
Well, he's so unselfish, and like we've said, you pick your poison. If you leave somebody, they got really good shooters that are all coming at the basket. He's like a quarterback going through his progressions. He's going to find the right guy and usually hit him. There's 1 second on the clock. You know, Justin kind of reached down there and got him. That's what great players do, and I think he's a great player. He was looking to pass a little bit more tonight than maybe than what he would normally do, but he's capable of dominating games. And again, that's just a really good player making a play.
Greg, you said that you felt a little bit better about this team being able to compete with the elite of the league. Is the good thing about this team is that for a young team, they do seem to have a lot of belief, and maybe is that something that can help you as you move forward?
Well, they all think they're really good, you know, and it's easy to do that every day in practice, but when you come in here in this type of atmosphere and against a ranked team that's veterans and they're not going to beat themselves, then you have a little anxiety once you get going in it. But we righted the ship. Our guys caught their breath and relaxed and played much better after the start of it.
Anything else?
Thanks.